Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by El Chico. Next Sunday is Cinco de Mayo, and El Chico has been Knoxville's go-to spot to celebrate the holiday since 1988. That's a history of fun, folks. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're celebrating all weekend. Top shelf margaritas, domestic 32-ounce beers for just $5. Imported 32-ounce beers, just $7. Sunday, weather permitting, they're going to have Matthew Hickey performing outside. They're going to have cornhole, you name it. Big weekend. Plan to be down there, North Knoxville, right off Merchants Drive at Cedar Lane. El Chico for Cinco de Mayo next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No better place. All right, take a look at the poll results. It came back a little, but not by a lot. Need better in the bigger SEC. That's how you feel about Tennessee's recent recruiting rankings and draft classes. So 67% give it a kind of a need better, and 33% combined say, it's making some progress. Okay, very good. Didn't expect that. You always surprise me. I love that. If you look at the NFL, it would tell you to build your team around 5 pieces. Quarterback, left tackle, stud number 1 receiver, number 1 man corner, edge rusher. Those are the 5. For Josh Heupel, we'll start with you, Ryan, then we'll get real quick. We got about 3 minutes here. Is that what Heupel needs to focus on? Or are there any other spots there that you would say, for their purposes and what he runs, they need this right now? Or are you just looking at it saying, take care of those 5, you're going to be okay?
I think they've done a pretty good job, actually, at those 5 positions to that point. I think where they need to do better is the defensive line, outside of the edge rusher. They haven't won the big-time battles for defensive tackles, strong side ends. They need to get more of those types of players. So they're doing better across the board. I think they're focusing on those positions as much as any, but they're not quite where they need to be in this upcoming class. We've got a lot of seniors on this current roster.
Yeah.
They've got to replace those guys. So I think it's really important for them to start hitting on some of those big-time defensive linemen, 280, 290 type guys that can really get to the quarterback.
All right, there you go. So we're outside of that top 5. Bobby, you just look at those big 5. Is that really the key, or is there something else?
I'm going to go the exact way Ryan did. I'm going to say, okay, you need to do well at left tackle, obviously, but I think your whole offensive line needs to be better because
that's where I was going.
How many recruits since Heupel has been here have they got that are ready to start play? How much depth do you have on your offensive line? I think overall Tennessee needs to be doing a better job at their offensive line recruiting.
Left tackle is so big in the NFL because you spend most of your time throwing the football. We just talked about it. They run the ball a hell of a lot in this offense.
Between guard, center, guard, too.
Get me some road graders in the interior offensive line.
Yeah,
Will,
I would say
going to go?
Center as well, because I would just look at the tempo you're going with and look what happened when Mays was hurt last year. It fell off. And so I think you need to make sure that you have that center position squared away with a smart enough player that's a good enough of a road grader so you can run up front.
Yeah, and I keep looking at the difference Tennessee and Georgia. Their defensive backs and the way they go after like those 5'10", 200-pound, they play like a linebacker, they hit like a linebacker, and they cover like a corner. Tennessee doesn't really sit that. Now maybe this class is going to be better, but Tennessee hasn't quite seemed to measure up on the players they've had in the secondary to me.
All right. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate all of you for coming in. Appreciate you for watching. Appreciate all of our sponsors for bringing you the show week in and week out. And, I would just like to say once again how happy I am that my New England Patriots drafted Joe Milton. I want to thank all of you for not beating me up on that for the entire night.
Just think of all the handshakes he's got to
I can
learn
honestly
now.
say I was waiting the entire show for an opening to bring Joe Milton back up.
Back into it.
He's going to have to learn a bunch of new handshakes.
I forgot to bring the champagne to celebrate. Sorry.
Thanks, guys. Thanks to you. We'll see you right back here next Sunday.